হ্যালো জাকি স্যার।
আমার 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 আওয়াজ শুনতে পাচ্ছেন ম্যাডাম?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ঠিক আছে, ক্লিয়ার শোনা যাচ্ছে তো?
ইয়েস স্যার।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Namaskar. Good evening to all of you. So I am Mahmudul Hassan Dhabok. On behalf of BASE, I welcome you all. So before I start the session, I would share something about BASE. So Bengali Academia for Social Empowerment, this is BASE, is a developmental organization registered as a trust by a collective academician, scholars, professional and other like-minded people working for community and social development. I must uh, mention that in this pandemic time, in this crisis time, BASE has done excellent job as a social uh, organizations. In this lockdown, loss of job, and also this devastating impact of Amphan affected the West Bengal very badly, that we all know. In this time, BASE opened more than 25 community kitchen all over West Bengal for Amphan affected people, for poor people, for migrant laborers, and helpless street vagabonds. I also like to add that the base has also distributed triples, dry food, medicine, sanitary, napkins, and other related items. Base, base also helps the many migrant laborers to go back their own states. Recently, BASE has distributed education kits for poor and first generation children for a little bit of encouragement. I must add that in this in this current socio-political scenario and backwardness of certain section of society, we think that there is a tangible need to organize intellectually. And this is an effort to reach out as many as we can in various ways and platforms. Primarily, we are building a network of related people in higher education, which is helpful in different ways, especially for information and resource sharing. This creates a better linkage among concerned people of various institutions across Bengal, India, and abroad. I must say that BASE has been conducting this online lecture series since last 2 months. This BASE lecture series is a part of larger activities of BASE, which would serve as a social awakening, gathering knowledge from different perspective and other holistic purpose. Today we have a BASE online lecture number 47, and today's topic is be a job creator, entrepreneurship as a rewarding career choice. And today's our speaker is Dr. Somiran Soor, assistant professor, Alia University. Now I would request all the participants to turn off their audio and video also, and please don't present your screen. If you have any question, write it on the chat box. Now I would request Professor Nargis Ahmed, Department of Nursing, Alia University, and she is also our own base member, to introduce and welcome our today's speaker as well as today's chair. Professor Nargis Ahmed, it's over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan bhai. Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, and good evening to all of you present here. It is my proud privilege to introduce and welcome our esteemed speaker and chair of today's lecture, number 47. Topic is Be a Job Creator, Entrepreneurship as a Rewarding Career Choice. On behalf of BASE, Bengali Academia for Social Empowerment, I am privileged to welcome Dr. Samiran Sur, Assistant Professor, Alia University. Sir has completed PGDBA specialization in marketing from Binod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur, as well as awarded PhD in management from IIT ISM Dhanbad. Sir, before joining to Alia, sir also worked in Institute of Engineering and Management, Salt Lake, as well as Haldia Institute of Technology in the School of Management and Social Science. His field of specialization is marketing management. Dr. Sur's research areas are interactive advertising, addressable advertisement, women empowerment through technology acceptance, etc. Sir has many conference, journal paper as well as edited book chapter publication. So thank you so much, sir, for your kind consideration to deliver lecture for such an important and need-based topic today. So it is our pleasure to have you with us here in this eve. Thank you, Samiran Sur, sir. Next, I am
Thank you.
really glad to get Mr. Zakir Hussain, Training and Placement Officer, Alia University, for his generous consent to chair today's session. Sir is former Training and Placement Officer and Assistant Professor, Domkal Institute of Technology. Sir also worked as Engineer of Future Networking Solution, Bangalore, as well as Usha Martin Infotech, Kolkata. So it is our pleasure to get you here on Base Lecture, online lecture also. And thank you so much for your kind consent also to chair today's session. So without much delay, I'll request Jackie sir to coordinate today's session. Jackie sir, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nagis madam. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me as a chairperson over here. It's a really great opportunity for me to connect with you guys and discuss about the particular topics, the current topics. I also thank Mr. Shoviran Shur, my colleagues. So actually, I've been working with him in the last 5 years. So thank you so much, Shoviran sir, for taking time up over here, and you have to discuss something which is related to the current topics, which is really important for the engineering and management candidates as well as the other candidates also, non-engineering background. So first of all, sir, I would like to invite all the participants for the today's session. The today's session on the topics is entrepreneurship as a rewarding career choice. So before starting the particular topics like the entrepreneurship, we have to understand what actually the meaning of the the entrepreneurship. So I just want to give you the sign, the one or two lines about the entrepreneurship, and Shoviran sir will continue about it. So entrepreneurship, actually you have to understand. So what is entrepreneurship, or what is about the entrepreneurship? This is really important for current situation as far as the academic sessions continue. So what is an entrepreneurship, or who are entrepreneur? These two things is very important. So in a single line, we can say the entrepreneur is those who are ready to accept the challenges. It's a very important term. Those who are very ready to accept the challenges, or those who are born smart workers. So as far as my job is concerned, I'm working as a training and placement officer at Ali University. So the job opportunity which is available in the market. The market in the sense, in terms of software market, in terms of education market, in terms of core department, core engineering. So right now the entrepreneurship is a very important aspect as far as the engineering, non-engineering or management students are concerned. So there are no specific educational requirements for becoming an entrepreneur, but a strong educational background and work experience makes the probability of success slightly higher. You need to be a hardworking, smart, creative, willing to take risks, and good with the people. You need to have heart, have motivation, and have drive. There are a lot of the awesome benefits to becoming an entrepreneurship. like, the flexible schedule, autonomy, creating a, the career that aligns with your values, constant growth and developments, meeting like-minded people. You can meet a lot of people around the world. Unexpected and thrilling experiences. It's really good. And you can also choose whom you want to work. That means you're choosing who to work with. Or the last, which is really important, that is called the self-confidence. So I'd like to request Dr. Soumiran Shur to light up on these particular topics so that all the participants can benefit from this particular presentation. So Dr. Soumiran Shur,
Thank you, sir.
Shur, please, the lecture is yours. Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Zakir Hussain. Thanks for introduction, and thank you so much, Base, for giving me that opportunity to give a lecture about entrepreneurship. Okay, now just can anyone tell me whether I am clearly audible or not? Am I audible clearly?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Okay, so the first of the thing that what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is, it's a, you can say it's a choice. Entrepreneurship is a choice, and entrepreneurship is a part where the people from any background can come. He must have that willingness to do something new, to do something for his own as well as for the society. So whatever maybe job we are doing as an entrepreneur or as a job as an employee, we cannot ignore the society. So first we have to find out what is the relation between society and entrepreneurship. Okay, so I am coming one by one. So first, the today my topic is be a job creator, then entrepreneurship as a rewarding career choice. All of us, maximum, not all of us, maximum of us are trying to get a job. But how fun is it to do a job as an entrepreneur? I would like to discuss those things today's evening. So hope you will enjoy. Whenever you feel any question in your mind, you can stop me, you can ask me. I will clear those things as far as my knowledge is concerned. Okay. So first, I would like to say the person who is who is maintaining the your PowerPoint. Can you just go to the next slide? Yeah. Say, Professor Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Peace Prize winner of 2006, the sir has said, "We are all entrepreneurs." Why? Because in our inner mind, we have something which promote us to do some entrepreneurship. Okay, how? We are doing the thing for us, we are doing the thing for other people, but what is an entrepreneur or what is an entrepreneurship? Please next slide. Next slide, please. Entrepreneurship definition. Definition is what? Entrepreneurship is the process of designing, launching, and running a new business, which is often initially a small business. That means we have to start the business from the very beginning. And it must be a small business or maybe a big business, but normally it is found that it's a small business. And those people who are related to that or who are doing that business, they are called entrepreneurs. So people, they are called entrepreneurs, and the thing that is called entrepreneurship. So there are few steps, that is 6 steps before joining in an entrepreneurship. Now, today's people, I mean today's young generation, they are searching for job, and they are sometimes, I cannot say they are wasting their time, but some of the people, they are they are only waiting for their job, and they do not have any extra thing in their mind to do something others. So that other is entrepreneurship. You can say it's a business, you can see it's a fun, you can see it's a controlling of manpower, you can say it's a creation of job, whatever. So before going to entrepreneurship, you have to think about what you need to do, what is your thinking of your inner mind. So first one, that is step one, that is assess your risk taking capability or ability as an entrepreneur. Please, next slide. Assess your risk taking ability in your mind. Risk taking ability, how much risk you can take. So who can say this? Only you. Only you are the person who can say how much risk you can take. So first, so before going to take any risk, first what you have to do, you have to ask yourself, can I do this? Or if I do this, what will be the next agenda? Or what may be the repercussion? What may be the good thing? What may be the bad thing? Everything is yours. When you are trying to enter in an entrepreneurship, so risk is yours, profit is yours, as well as the loss is also yours. So first, you need to think, what is your financial situation? How much you can take risk? How much money do you have? How much capital you can borrow? Everything. So finance is the foremost part of for any entrepreneur. Then of course your family members, your near and dear ones, so that later on, whatever may be the support or mental support you can ask to them, they might get you that support. They might give you that support. So those decisions about the entrepreneurship must be related to those people also. Okay. And another thing, that you can check your risk readiness. How? By previous experience. For example, suppose earlier you had a shop of computer, but suddenly mobile came, and your job, or I mean your business, mobile business, or your say cyber cafe business has gone. So you have to take lesson from those business. Say what risk you have taken, and how that has not run, as well as that is in negative way. Again, in positive way, if your previous business is going very well, again you can apply that method to your next venture. So that is called previous experience. Other examples, suppose you are going to say open a business of uh, say online selling. So you can take examples of other people. Okay, how they are doing, what is the other businesses, etc., etc. Again, do study of the risk on a particular business. That means other internet is there, how to take risk, and what may be the risk about a particular business. You have to read from the other available literature or other available internet or any other books. Okay, next slide, please. Now, the step two, very, very interesting. That is market research. The market research, those people are not related to MBA. They might have a question. What is market research? I have to do market research, or what are the market research? This is a big thing, or whatever the things. I cannot do market research because I don't know. But market research, believe me, it's a simple and easy process. Market research is basically the process to knowing your customer, the process to knowing your product, the process to knowing your area where you want to sell your product. Okay. Now in market research, before going to market research, there are a few concepts like product concept, production concept, selling concept, etc., etc. Okay. So product concept and those concepts are basically required. Why? Because that required for your product. You may want to sell a product, or you may want to render a service. Whatever may be your output, that need a market research. So now there are few kinds of product concept. Like what is the concept? The product concept. Product concept means your main and foremost goal is to on your product. So your product must be a very good product. Your product must be a premium product. Say for example, Apple iPhone, say for example, Sony Bravia TVs. Those are the product that is concentrated on the product only. Whatever may be your good product, there are customers. Whatever may be your price, there are customers for your product. That is called product concept. Then another concept that is called production concept. What is production concept? Now, whatever may be your product, go to market and sell it out. That is production concept. Then selling concept. Only sell, sell, sell. Your product may be good, your product may be bad. Do selling and forget. That is selling concept. And then the crucial one that is called marketing concept. Marketing concept, what says that? Marketing concept says that do not make your product for the customer. Make a product for your customer. That means the concentration has diverted towards the customer. That means here your concentration must be, your focus must be on the customer, so that you can make a bond to your customer. Okay, and recently there is another concept that is called societal marketing concept. Societal marketing concept means whatever the marketing you are doing for, you must think about the society. Okay, so these are the few concepts about the market research. Now, what basically market research do? Market research, the most why the market research is basically helps to clear any doubts about starting a venture. So you can take an idea about the market size, the in which area you want to do the business. You can tackle it. You can know the business area very well. You can go for for a feedback from existing customer of another business. You can find out who are your competitors, how they are doing, as well as whether they are struggling or not. If they are struggling, where they are struggling. You can find out the gap. So by finding that gap through the market research, you can try to reduce that gap. You can make your product features in that way so that the customer can come to you. Okay, so these are the basic steps of market research. Next step, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so how to do market research before starting a business? For the layman or for those people who are very first time in the business, simple do internet research. Now, how to do internet research? There's a something in internet that is called Google Chrome. You can search anything from the Google. Okay. For example, if you are planning to start a startup that may change the food delivery industry. There are so many food delivery companies are there, like Swiggy is there, like Zomato is there, Food Panda is there, Uber Eats are there. There are so many say food delivery companies. Now, first you have to find out what you want to do. Do you have any extra thinking in your mind? Are you providing something extra to your customers, or are you providing something extra to the restaurants? Whatever the thing, you have to first think about it. So first, start by typing a keywords in the Google. Say like I have given here, food delivery business plus location. If you click food delivery business plus location, immediately that will show you how many food delivery companies are there in your area. Your area means where you are locating at that very moment, that location. Because the Android set or Google, they have location based service. Okay, again, if you specify the particular location, suppose you are studying in Calcutta and you want to open a food delivery service. Say you are from Malda, in Malda town. So what you want to do? What you need to do? You need to type food delivery business plus Malda. So you will get all the details about the food delivery business in Malda. Okay, then other thing, whatever in your whatever may be in your mind, just put it on Google. You will get an idea. Like problems in food delivery business, why food delivery businesses fail, food delivery business size in location, how food business can succeed, startups in the food delivery business, etc., etc. What that is called keywords. That is called keywords. Whatever may be the keywords related to your business, you can type it and you can search it. That is your first point for searching a business or internet research. Okay, next slide, please. Now, validating the internet research. The internet, there you will get lakhs of crores of result. In taskbar, below the taskbar, whenever you hit the keyword, there will be a result, say 4,60,000 result in 0.3 seconds or 0.03 seconds. That means your keyword has hit so many points. So each and everything is may not be required for you. These are not important for you. So you have to find out what is your requirement. Now, each and everything which is given to the internet, no need to believe on that. So that's why we need to do validating the internet research. How to validate? Whatever the things you got from the internet, whatever thing you got from the internet, verify your own. The next stage is what? It can be done by field research, by talking those people who are in that particular area or in particular industry, or maybe suppose for food delivery. Suppose, for example, say you want to visit a restaurant and asking the manager, is it possible to deliver the food to my resident? I am locating say 10 kilometers from here. Immediately you will get the answer. Hello. Some noise is coming. Hello, some noise is coming. Hello, some noise is coming. Hello, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Nasim Hussain. Hello, Nasim.
Yes. Some noise is coming. Nasim, please put off your yes.
Nasim, please put up your. Okay.
Nasim, please mute your microphone. Yes. I think the presentation is right now not here in the screen. Can you just present once more, sir? I cannot see the presentation. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I cannot see the presentation.
Yes, yes, it was a problem.
Yes.
So just wait. Can you
Yes,
see
now it's
it?
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm starting. Okay. So next is was validating the research. Ask the people, ask the manager that I am residing 10 kilometers far from your restaurant. Is it possible to send the product to me or send the food to me? If his answer is yes, and you got the same answer in internet, then it is okay. Otherwise, there are some problems. So you have to find those gaps. Okay. So these kind of things, I mean the field research that will help you to knowing about the exact scenario of that business. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now the next step of marketing research is to competitor research. You have done the internet research, you have validated the research. Now competitors, how many competitors are available in your target area? Target area means where you want to deliver your product or where you want to sell your product. These are called target area. So in that particular area, how many competitors are there, what is the price of the particular product, how many products they are selling, everything you have to find out in computer research. And another thing that is very very important, you can find out the dealers who are selling your computers product and take feedback from those dealers about that particular product or particular computer. If you ask them, not as another manufacturer, sometimes you have to ask as a customer, you will get the exact scenario from the dealers also. Okay, so these are the small tricks about knowing about your computers. Okay, another thing you can search about the computer, those who are residing in cities, they may know about the sulekha.com, justdial.com, this kind of website. Those sulekha.com or justdial.com or any other listing business listings companies, what they are doing, they are basically providing you the list of the companies about your required product. So from there also you will get to know who are the people are there, who are the computers are there, or you will have an idea how they have done their market, or what is their way to do the market. Okay, here I have given a particular that link, that is semrush.com. Semrush.com, this is for basically for what? Basically for the online marketing. That is basically how many keywords are there, how web traffic, what is the web traffic of your competitor, what is their social media presence, and a lot of more under a single roof they will give you. That is called semrush.com. And after, the last point is action points. That is the last point of your marketing research. Action points is what? After knowing after doing the internet research, after doing the market validation, after knowing your competitors, then what are the steps you should take? That is called action points. So these are all very simple, very easy. This is about the market research. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now step 3. It's important, but for different purpose. How to create a business plan for a small business. Now we know what is the risk. We have done our market research. Now we have to create our business plan. Why business plan is important? Business plan is important to get different kind of loans, different kind of grants, etc., etc. Your business plan is required. For local bodies or for central bodies or for state bodies, you need to have a business plan to get different kind of approval and different kind of loans, etc. So what is a business plan? Business plan is nothing. It's basically list of some topics. Okay, what are the topics? First, that is what are the common elements? What are the topics? That's how we can say also topics like executive summary. It is basically a gist of your business. It can be in very fast, or it can be last of the your plan also. Okay. Next, business or industry overview. Business or industry overview means in which industry you want to create your business or you want to make your business. The brief about that business as well as the industry you need to give. Then, what is your sales and marketing plan? Sales and marketing plan means what is your before that, the market analysis and competition. Market analysis and competition means what just we have finished that market analysis as well as the who are your competitors. These are the things. Next, sales and marketing plan. Sales and marketing plan means what is your product and how you want to market that product. Okay, those are product or service offering, pricing strategy, sales and distribution, advertising and promotion. These are the small things you need to mention there in your business plan properly. Okay, next slide, please. Then, fifth one, that is ownership and management plan. Ownership and management plan means structure of the business. How many people are running that business? Who is the owner or who are the owners? It may be sole proprietorship, it may be partnership, it may be limited company, it may be private company, it may be public company. So these are the things you have to mention in your ownership structure. As well as now management team. Who are who are in your management team, that you need to mention. External resources and services. Are you getting services, or are you availing services from other areas? So that is external resources. And human resources as well. As sometimes you need to provide the advisory board. Advisory boards are for what? This is important to get different kind of expertise. Okay. Next, operating plan. So operating plan is how to operate your business, like development plan, production, facilities, staffing, equipment, supplies, etc. Next slide, please. Now, again, financial plan, that is income statements, your income statements, cash flow projections, balance sheet, break-even analysis, etc. Okay, so these are the financial plan. Next slide, please. Now, last, appendices. Appendices exhibits. There are possible appendices. Different kind of thing can be incorporated, like credit histories for the business owners, detailed market research analysis, information about your industry, information about your products, and so many things you can incorporate in your business in appendices or in exhibits. Next slide, please. Now, so this was about your business plan. Now, finding the right business organization for your business. What kind of business listing you need to do? The chartered accountant or the people who are in the particular field or in tax related works or in accounts related work, they can give you the exact idea how to listing your company. For certain people, the sole proprietorship is very first choice. Why? The burden is less, the amount payables are less, the taxes are less, everything are below, everything a less amount. But later on, you can find those things are required. But for loan and other approvals for government works, you need to provide. You need to list your companies in another way. So you can change it. It is not like that. Once you are listing your company in your sole proprietorship, that means you cannot change. It is not like that. You can change. So your chartered accountant or your tax consultant, they will give you the exact idea about that. Okay, next slide, please. Oh, that is very important. How to take your business online. Now you know how to do business. What is the listing? What is your product? Whether you can take the risk or not. Now, internet presence. Internet presence. Why internet presence? Sunetra Hajra. Some noise is coming. Thank you. Now, how to take your business online? Now, internet is a now indispensable part of our lives. So everybody is doing, or everybody in internet right now. Maximum people, not everybody, maximum people. So this has no geographical limitations, no age limitations, no groups and gender limitations and other interests. So presence in internet, that means you are present in whole world. To the whole world, you are visible to the whole world. Now, how to register your business online? There are few steps. Though the people who are related to the internet business, they can tell you that exactly. But the thing is that there is the minimum idea I'm giving. That is, first buying a domain name, getting a platform on which your website should be developed. That means your website should be developed, and that website, I mean .com, .org, .in, .nic, .in, there are different purposes of different websites. So depending on that, depending on your business, you can choose your extension name, .in, domain name, .in, .com, .org, etc. And you have to take a business domain, and then you can give your exact name of your business. Now, hosting space is there, website will be hosted, and there are so many website designers are there, And now it is, there are GoDaddy is there, Blue Hills are there. There are so many domain providers are there. And right now it is as minimum as cost is say around 999 rupees for create a basic websites for your business. But if you are going for an interactive one, that means if you want to sell your product, if there are some payment gateway, if you want to sell something, discount something through your website, so those interactive websites that the making charge may be higher bit. Okay. Now sometimes people are getting professional web services or professional website email services also from their this thing from their domain name, like base has also a domain name and as well as mail ID also. Okay, now professional event and then social media presence. Nowadays social media is very important. Each and everybody 16 to 80, all of us are in social media: WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. So presence of your website of or your business, that means you are creating a visibility. You're showcasing your business to the website, and that do not have any limitations. Now, for doing any business over the internet, basically Google AdWords are there, as well as Facebook is also there for advertising. Now, what Google AdWords is doing, Google AdWords will give you certain keywords. Depending on the nature of your business, you can choose some keywords. Okay, after choosing the keywords, you can define the area for your business. That means from which area you want your customers. So there are two types. One is radius is there. Say Google is giving 65 or 67 kilometers from your business area. So your customer or your target audience will get those products. You will get your advertisement from those circular area only. Those circular area only. Okay, that is one way. Another way, you can choose the area where you want to show your business. Suppose you are in Calcutta and you want to do business in say where the Sivdi, Birbhum. So what you need to do, you can, if you want to target the Sivdi customers or Birbhum customers, you can give the area code of Birbhum or name. Now there's an important thing, that if the name is available in Google Map, then it will appear, otherwise not. If the area is available in Google Map, then only it will appear, and you can select that that area, that that particular place, and you can choose that particular area. You can create, or you can make a list of huge amounts of area, a huge number of area. Now Google has pay-per-click scheme, daily wise, monthly wise, whatever as per your choice. Suppose through the online banking or through the credit card banking, through the debit card banking, you are paying to the Google AdWords, then those people will show you how many people had shown your product or your advertisement. Am I clear? So that means how many people have they have shown, Google have shown to those customers, that will show, as well as how many customers have clicked, not customers, I would say prospects. How many people have clicked on your advertisement, that will be shown, as well as how many people have asked the direction for your area, your particular location, that will also be shown. And every day the deduction of the amount, your paid amount, will be shown. That means that is a transparent way of business. That is called Google local listing or Google advertisement AdWords. As well as the Facebook has same thing also. You can choose the area, as well as you can choose the radius, and there are same kind of your keywords, the pictures, as well as the age group. That is very interesting. In Facebook, you can select age group. Who is your target audience? Okay, so in that way, you can do your local social media presence, or you can market your social through the social media. Okay. Now next slide, please. Now, so We know how to market research, we know the financial plan, we know the advertisement, we know our product. Now how to hire employees. So it is basically totally HR part. But as you know, we are the small companies, we are the small people, small business. How we hire people, how we can hire employees? We don't know what is HR, what is human resource, we don't know. For my job I need some people. Okay, so those people must know this kind of skills. That is my first agenda, that is my research. That means what kind of people I need, how many people I need, what may be their skills, etc. That is my research. Then number two, create a standout of job description. The person whom I am taking, so what are the job he or she can do, what will be his job role, what is his those who are studying engineering or other subjects or management or any other subject. Whenever our TPSR is giving any kind of placement offer, first we are asking, sir, what is the job role? Okay, so that means that is very important for the applicant as well as for the employer also, employee and employer both. In that case, you are employer, so you need to know what are the job description you must give into your employees. So then after that, do advertisement, you will get the resumes. In a particular, there is a term that is called recruitment and selection in HR, but we will not go inner side of those things, those HR or those things. Now you interview your top candidates, you must select your people to whom you want to interview, and then whom you want to select, then select your people. And then Anubrato, yes, it's okay. Okay, now check references. References means from where you got the person. I mean from where you got the CV. And in every CV, there are a reference point. That means some reference checking. It is called some reference checking. The particular person should give a name, of a person. That person must be engaged with an organization, so that you can ask him or her about that particular person to whom you want to take as your employee. Okay, now make an offer of employment. What is the salary you want to pay? The deal must be done by you only. And another important thing, immediately notify the rejected candidates as soon as possible. That means to whom you cannot take, immediately answer them. Immediately, notify them. Okay, immediately notify them that you are not selected. The better we can if we need letter, we can ask you, etc., etc. Then handle your legal obligations. Legal obligations means that notice period, that ESI, then and other things about the employees and professional tax, etc., etc. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now, the lower part cannot be seen. Yes. Now it's okay. Okay. Now, so we all listen the term like startups, MSME, etc., etc. So, what is our business? Is it a MSME, or is it a startup, or is it a business? What is this? So, before going to do the business, we need to know what is our business. That will come under which one? That is under MSME, or that is under startups. What is the exact thing that we are going to do? Here, entrepreneurship can be divided in two parts, MSME and entrepreneurship. Okay, now I think this part. Okay, anyway, so entrepreneurship are two types, like MSME for local market and entrepreneurship for global market. So before that, we have covered the 6 steps. So we have an idea how to make a business, how to create the business, how to list the business, how to do the marketing for the business. So we are ready for the business. Now, MSME or startups. Now, MSMEs are basically called micro, small, and medium enterprises. So MSMEs are mainly serving the local markets. Okay. Now, here you can see that there is a small chart, a small graph is there. That is, x-axis is time and y-axis is cash flow. So for MSME, the investment you can start from 0, and after that it will increase, but few times later the curve will be flattened. That is for MSME. That means the scope of earning in the MSME is somehow few days later. Now is it okay? My voice is okay? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. No, I have seen some chat box in that. Okay. Now it's okay. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. Now, local market MSME, the cash flow, it will start from the 0, and after a few days it will be flattened. Now, go for second one, entrepreneurship for global markets. The cash flow, first time you need to invest more. So startup, funding, crowdfunding, angel funding, etc., etc. So there you have to invest more. Normally, again my voice is cracking. Somebody has somebody is texting that my voice is cracking. Is it okay?
Sir, your voice is perfectly fine. Please carry on with the lecture. They may have some technical issue at their end.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now global entrepreneurship is what global entrepreneurship for global market entrepreneurship cash flow. You need to invest more and more, or maybe some corporate people, or maybe some people those who have previous company, they can go for startup. Okay, or global market. Next slide, please. Yes. Now, the entrepreneurs run new business are of 2 types: MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprise, and startups. Now, come to first MSME. Next slide, please. Next slide. Another next one. Yes. Who are MSME? The MSME and startup, there must be some differentiation. So these are the MSME. Classifications are like MSME can be divided in 2 ways. One is manufacturing enterprise, another one is enterprises rendering services. That means service enterprises. Okay, so MSME or a small company can create a manufactured product or provide some services. So there are 3 types: micro, small, medium. As the name implied, MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprises. So who are the micro? The micro are those people, those investment in plant and machinery or equipment is not more than 1 crore. Not more than 1 crore. That is the investment. And turnover not more than 5 crore. Earlier there was some difference. There was very less amount, but right now it has been increased. Now again, small. Who are the small? Investment in plant and machinery or equipment not more than rupees 10 crore, and annual turnover not more than rupees 50 crore. So 1 and 5. If I go the slab for investment and for turnover, the investment is 1 crore, 10 crore, and 50 crore for medium, and turnover 5 crore, 50 crore, and 250 crore. So now these are the classification for the MSME. Okay, now we'll come who are MSME. Previous slide, please. Previous one. Previous one. Yes, this one. So who are MSME? No, sir. Next one. Next one. Yes, this one. Now, who are MSME? MSME are like salon, gym, dairy farms, software houses, digital marketing firms, web design firms, and freelancers are usually relatively risk-averse, service-oriented lifestyle business which grow to a certain size depending on the preferences of owners. So that means just because a firm creates digital content or does programming even at world best class level, that does not mean it's a startup. It can still be a tech MSME, techpreneur. There is a for another term, that is techpreneur. Will come later. Techpreneur is for the technological entrepreneurship. Basically, nowadays both the government, central government and state governments and other agencies, they are basically promoting the MSME, as the MSMEs are the backbone of any economy. Right now we have seen 2 or 3 days back that our Indian GDP has right now, it has been decreased to -23.9. So why? The reason is that, the main reason is that for last few days our MSMEs are not working. Our people are not working. We are in lockdown. So there are so many reasons, but MSMEs are still, they are called backbone of the economy. Okay, next slide, please. Now startups. What are the startups? Startups are risky. Those can take risk, innovative and product oriented. Something that can change the industry. Something that can change the industry. They are called startups. Like if you go for example, Swiggy, before that, or Zomato, before that, we did not have that kind of concept that somebody will deliver your food from restaurant. Yes, sometimes restaurant owner, they personally, by their restaurant employees, they used to send the people for home delivery. That was there. But dedicated company for the food delivery, it was unimaginable. Next, say Ola and Uber. These are the e-taxis. They has been drastically changed the taxis, the way we hire the cab. So these are called startups. So there are now drone technology will come later. There are a number of technologies where we can find out the different kind of startups they are working. Next slide, please. Okay, it has been done then. Yes. Now we know about what are the MSME and what are the what are the startups, everything. Now there are so many schemes for MSME as well as for startups. Okay, though I have differentiated few things as per MSME and startups, but almost they are applied for all. So first one, see, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program and other credit support scheme. That is first one. Second one, development of Khadi village and core industries. Then technology upgradation and quality certification, marketing promotion scheme, entrepreneurship skill development scheme program, infrastructure development program, scheme of surveys, studies and policy research, national SCST hub, scheme of information, education and communication. So these are the number of schemes. I have given all the link also for the central government as well as for the state government. If you go for that, if you go for there, so you will find the number of schemes are there. Like for our West Bengal, that is silposati.in, wbmsme.gov.in. So these are the link, as well as the msme.gov.in, all schemes. From those areas, you will be able to know everything about the registration, how to create a company, how to get loan, what are the eligibility, everything. Now you may ask me, sir, to create a company, what are the documents required? You don't have to ask anyone. Just go for, just go any website or Google, or for any the ministry website, that is Prime Minister Employment Generation or Technology Upgradation or Startup India. Ask for the loan of a particular business. So for loan, they will tell you what are the documents you need. So immediately you will be able to know what are the documents you need to run your business. Okay, so these are the easiest way. These are the easiest way to find out what are the documents you need to run your business. Okay, next slide, please. Now, startups, for the startups, there are so many schemes are there available. Like near about 125 governmental schemes are available for startups. So those are the new, like the New Generation Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center by Department of Science and Technology. These are basically what? These are being promoted to educational institute to develop institutional mechanism. So that is basically for institutions who want to develop their research oriented work. So this they for them is a New Gen Innovative and Entrepreneurship Development Centers. Next one, please. Self-employment lending schemes, microfinance schemes. It is basically for the National Minorities Development and Finance Corporation, that is called NFDFC. For self-help groups, especially for the minority women who are scattered in remote villages and different slums of the for the cities areas, who are not able to take the advantage of formal credit system from the bank. So if those women are asking for a loan, who will give a loan? Bank will not give a loan. Why? Because there are some formal channels. So for those, government had created that scheme, self-employment lending schemes, and line 1 for microfinancing scheme. So these are some schemes are channelized through state government also. So one by one steps are there. So as a literate person, we can help those people. We can help them to getting the loan. So there are number of criteria by which you can find out what are the term loan amount. Okay. Now second one is self-employment lending schemes for credit line 1. That is for the mainly the micro credit training to the women members who can form the SHG. SHG means self-help group. In fact, in Alia University, we have given the training for self-help group earlier in 2000, most probably 17. We have given the training to the self-help group also. Okay, next slide, please. There are a small business innovation research initiative by SBRI, that is for the biotechnology and industrial research assistance, and a council that is called VIRAC, and self-employment lending scheme, etc., etc., and promoting innovations in industrial startups and MSME, etc. That is called PRISM. Yes, that is an important one. Department of Science and Industrial Research, PRISM, promoting innovation and individual startups and MSMEs. Okay, who can apply? Any Indian citizens having innovative idea and wish to translate their idea into working prototype model processes. So if you have any idea, you are thinking that, or you know that your idea can change an industry, so you can apply through this one, particular this point. Okay, I have given a link below, that startupindia.gov.in content. Here all the 125 schemes are available. There are 121 departments. Under these 121 departments, these 125 departments are available. You can check those things and you can find out which one is the best suitable for your work. Okay, so these are the schemes. Next slide, please. Okay, so right now till that time we have explained what are the schemes of the government about the youth or self-help group or other people. Now I have find out few startup ideas in which area we can concentrate, so that we can grow our business, we can make our excellent business, we can help the economy. First one, there are, see, these are the main startups. There are a number of startups. I will explain one by one. First one is related to agri-tech. Our India as well as our Bengal, I mean West Bengal, we are agriculture based. In Bengali, we called Nodimatrik Desh or sometimes Krishi Nirbhar Desh. Okay, so agri-tech has huge prospect in our country. Like how we can focus which are the area. The areas are like irrigation and control system. Irrigation system we can look after the area of like water, drainage, logistics. Okay, then drone technology can be used in agri-tech also. Survey of a particular area, crop survey. Okay, fertilizer spray through the drone, you can spray the fertilizers as well as pesticides also. Location based data you can collect through drone technology. The drone is not only for toy, or drone is not only for equipment as a wire based equipment. It can be employed. It can be deployed as a in agri-tech also. Then food packaging. The packaging is a huge industry. Packaging industry. Attractive packaging. I'll give you a little example. I hope all of you have seen the Kinley bottle. Kinley. Previously, Kinley bottle shape was not like that. Now it is. Earlier, it was a bit different. The once Kinley has changed their shape, the grip portion is now a bit narrower. So when the change has been made, automatically after that, it is easier for the people to grip the bottle. So after that, their sale has increased a few fold. So packaging has a huge amount importance in that industry. Then portable cold rooms. Portable cold rooms means certain areas where the crops or the product need to immediately refrigerate. So those areas, portable cold machines or portable cold rooms are very much required. Seed quality control and awareness, then crop data analyzing, consulting, soil testing, biofertilizer, etc., and removing for harmful pesticides. So these are the areas where in agri-tech we can deploy the drone. The startups. Next, related to food technology like food supply chain, organic food, that is very important, and homemade food product. I'm coming to organic food later. Again, third is related to logistics and like good transportation and latest technologies, express delivery. Then related to e-commerce, e-marketing point, e-trading point, B2B, that means business to business. B2C means business to customer. C2C, customer to customer. These are the few business models where we can deploy our startup for MSMEs. Next slide, please. Yeah, related areas, wellness and tourism and hospitality. Here also we have certain area of employment like wildlife tourism, tour operations, blogging, medical tourism. It is very much important nowadays. More, and say our neighbor countries like Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, number of people are coming to India for the medical tourism. In Calcutta as well as in Bangalore as well as in Odisha. Nowadays Odisha is coming very fast in the area of medical tourism. So we need to grab those people. We can advertise. We can equip ourselves. We can do those things for medical tourism. That is very important. Rural India Darshan, religious tour, and old age tour. These are the few things where we can see if we can explore. And then digital media. Digital media nowadays, your film, documents, new series promotion, series production, language dubbing. Nowadays, lot of companies are coming, lot of people are coming to making the documentaries, making the digital media. Even the people are recording the movie through mobile phones also. So that means there is a huge scope. Next, please. Education. Yes. Education is one of the important area where we can explore. That is online education, training of teachers, academic concept, learning apps, exam and assessment, online school management. This has huge demand nowadays. Most probably you have listened the company name Byju's. Byju's is the one of that company who has increases their sale like anything. Basically in the in pandemic area also. Why? The people are nowadays, people are in their home in under lockdown and they are studying through net and apps. Okay, and those things, few people will be attracted later on also for those education, online education. Okay, next, defense. What is defense? In defense area, the government are not creating all the products or required products on their own. So there are some startups, there are some MSMEs, and their government still they are searching for the MSMEs, those who can supply the product, equipment, logistics, technology, material, and research and technology for the defense also. We can grab those areas also. Okay, next one, please. Another important, last but not the least, that is waste management. Waste is very much, very, we need to concern about it because it's a nowadays you can say it's a headache for us, for our economy, for our society, where we can dump the waste and how it can be reusable. So waste can be reused. Waste can be reused. So there are few technologies and there are few processes to find out the waste and segregate those and again reuse of those waste. So I have segregated few areas where we can divided the waste, like municipal waste business management, primary waste sorting business, waste plastic sorting business, agro waste business, cotton waste recycling, plastic waste business model, soft and hard plastic recycling, plastic to fuel conversion. That is very important. Plastic to fuel conversion, that is coming like anything. The metal and waste business model, electronic waste business model, and ethanol from organic waste. Those all are very important because those are the hazardous thing for the society. But we can create lot of usable product from those areas. I have seen an advertisement of Reebok. Reebok has Reebok has manufactured shoe from waste polythene or waste plastic. Okay, so in that way we can evaluate those things or by doing the waste management also. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so these are the about technological things. Now, what are the things? These are what I have told right now. These are for the common sense. Now I have specified some things which are basically for the rural area. The rural entrepreneurship, the women entrepreneurship, these two are very important nowadays. So I have segregated few areas where we can cope up, where we can explore the areas or the business where the rural people or the people like students, they can do separately. Along with the study, they can do this thing. Jaggery plant. You know, good jano to shobai motamoti. Why we are moving towards good or jaggery? Basically, sugar is very harmful to us. Sugar is basically what? Sugar is refined. You know, sugar is basically a refined product from cane or from other crop. But jaggery is mixture of sugar and molasses. Jaggery is very much useful for our body also. It is not harmful. It has minerals, it has other vitamins, etc. And the raw materials are easily available. That is called sugar cane. We know all sugar cane, and from that we can easily make jaggery. Okay, so it's a and if you want to find out the important genius, and it's very interesting. If you want to find out the price of any product, directly go to IndiaMart. There is a website that is called indiamart.com, where you can find out the wholesale price rate or wholesale product of any product all India basis. And you can enlist yourself as a supplier and you can supply the product throughout the India. That is another important thing. Okay, next please. Next slide, please. Mushroom farming, that is another important thing. Mushroom farming is, there are three types of mushroom: button mushroom, ringri or oyster mushroom, Paris straw mushroom. So these mushrooms are not taking so much areas, volume of area is less, and you can do your business, or women can do those business from their home also. And the mushroom price is already given. You can again search in India Mart, but almost around 400 per kg. Who is your customer? The customers may be the individual houses, the restaurants, and other areas, hotels, clubs, etc., etc. So these readily available customers are also there for mushroom. Mushroom is very famous for the vegetarians. It's a huge demand for the vegetarians. Next slide, please. Yes, medicinal and aromatic plant. In rural area, the land is available easily. So where we can cultivate, or we can plant those kind of plants, and we can do business like sarpagandha, ashwagandha, pudina, white muesli, tulsi, aloe vera, etc. This has a huge demand in national market as well as international market. A small example, I have asked nursery owner about the aloe vera business. Okay, about the aloe vera business. He told me that we'll provide you the aloe vera plant, small plant, 3 to 4 rupees per piece. After later, when it is when it is usable, then we will purchase that again from you, 40 rupees per kilogram. And every 6 months, each plant will give you usable product or usable leaf. So aloe vera is also, there's a huge requirement in medicinal industry. Next, please. Interesting. Erica nut, palm leaf crockery, chupuri gach, chupuri pata. So from those, we can create the biodegradable, compostable product, which can replace those thermocol based product. Thermocol is very much harmful to the nature. It cannot be dissolved immediately. It will take around, say, 400 years to dissolve. So instead of that, we can use this particular product. So, and the investment is very less, like machinery costing 1 lakh onwards, depending on the what kind of product you are making. That is maybe a tray, maybe a bowl, maybe spoon, teacup, etc., etc. And how many product or what is the scale of your business? Depending on that, you can invest. Next one, please. Banana fiber products. From banana fiber, kola gacheর ছাল থেকে, শুকনো kola গাছ থেকে. The banana fiber products, from there you can rip off those raw materials from banana tree and extract the fibers. By that you can make different kind of product, like this baggages, like that shirt, sarees, curtains, etc., etc. So these are very useful. Banana fibers. Soya milk is also important. Soya milk, from the soya, it's the only raw material is only soybean and water. Whatever the products I am showing over here, you can check the price from the India Mart or Amazon or Flipkart or other grocery shop basket, grocery basket. There other different kind of online e-commerce sites are there. You can check the price from there. These are huge profitable. Next one, please. Polyhouse. Why it is important? It is important to cultivate your product, your fruits or vegetable in a perfectly controlled weather. See, these are the things, like it's a polyhouse, polythene shaded area. where you can control the temperature, control the water level, everything. And what are the vegetables you can cultivate there, like beetroot, capsicum, radish, cabbage, cauliflower, chili, coriander, onion. So many things you can cultivate in a controlled weather. And other fruits like papaya, strawberry, that can be also cultivated. Okay, like normal, from the normal thing, it can be, you can cultivate 4 to 8 times depending on the weather and other things. Now, important, that one is sun-dried tomatoes. So those tomatoes, any other fruits are also there. I'll go one by one. The tomatoes can be sun-dried, and it can be stored for huge, I mean for huge amount as well as for so many days. Just check the amount, that is rupees 450 per kilogram. That is organic. So if you have a polyhouse and if you are cultivating organic product like tomatoes, and you are making the, you are using the process of sun drying, so you can sell those product in 450 rupees per kilogram. But normal tomato is around say 50 rupees per kilogram, or say 60 rupees per kilogram. Right now you can sell it through 450 per kilogram through India Mart or any other product, other listing e-commerce sites. Okay, next one please. Here I have given the process. You can find out the start how to create the sun-dried tomato. First, you need to cut the in different sizes, like quarter part or half part, and then you have to remove the seeds. Then you have to dry it on sun, and you have to mix different kind of sauces or other flavors. And you can dry it, and then you can restore it in your refrigerator, and later on you can sell it out. Next, sir. Next slide. So these are the vegetables which can be sun-dried, like dried mushroom, dried green pea, dried corn, dried lemon, dried coriander leaves, dried curry leaves, freeze-dried vegetables, and dried vegetables. So these are the vegetables we all know. And my suggestion is, once you check the price of per kilogram from the India Mart or other websites, then you will be able to know what is the profit margin. In these cases, the two states like Gujarat and Kerala, they are the people, they are the pioneer state. But why not we can do this? We can also do this. Next slide please. Paper cup manufacturing, again important thing. So as the plastic and other things are very harmful to the society, we can move towards the paper cup. So the investment max to max 10 lakhs, and there is a process. By that process, you can calculate your profit, and almost 50,000 per month you can earn. After that is not turnover. Turnover say around 4 lakhs per month, and you can make your profit around 50,000 per month from the paper cup manufacturing. Okay, next please. And there are other small businesses like dairy farming, poultry farming, but I am not going there because these are as usual you have seen these things, you are used to see these kind of things, so I am not explaining those things, like sattu manufacturing, agarbatti, jute bag, mini neem oil plant, pickle unit, mango pulping, goat farming, dairy farming, sheep farming, tomato ketchup plant. So these are the all about the small businesses we can make, we can do in our rural areas as well as in some urban areas also. Okay, I think this is the last. Thank you.
Over to chair, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
I'm audible, no?
Yes, you are audible.
So first of all, Dr. Shobhiranshu, I'm really, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. I deeply appreciate your presentation. So that presentation, you have shared your, the thoughts and also your experiences with all these participants. And it will be really grateful to us to having such the kind of information which is really important for the today's students as well as the normal people. Because as far as the entrepreneurship is concerned, it's not mandatory that you need the big educational qualification or requirement, right? So
Correct.
thank you so much,
Correct.
sir.
Correct.
Thank you so much. So I'd like to request all the participants, if there is any question regarding the particular the topics entrepreneurship as a rewarding career choice. So you can ask the question directly to the Dr. Soumiranshu, or Dr. Soumiranshu, you can also share your mail ID so that they can also
Yes, sure.
send it up,
Look,
they can also send the question
They
to
can
your
ask-
mail ID. They can
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
also.
They can ask in chat also, or they can unmute themselves one by one if they have any kind of questions. They can
So it's
unmute
really
themselves.
excellent presentation. So
Thank you, sir.
please, is there any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Shadhan Ansari.
Southern answer. Yes.
So you can unmute yourself and then you can
Yes, sir.
ask the question. Yeah.
So in this pandemic situation, how government will help the entrepreneur for the investment, and how the entrepreneur can take the investment, and how it will help them.
So Soumiranshu
No,
sir,
yes.
hello, Soumiranshu sir.
Yes. Yes.
So I just wanted to share one thing. That means as per your presentation, I just wanted to add one thing, and also this information is also quite related with the Mr. Shadhan Ansari question. So nowadays, AICT and the government, they are collaborating. They are starting with a new project like the Smart Hackathon India. So Smart Hackathon India is such a the platform. So all the candidates, they can put forward their ideas with them. If the ideas is really acceptable with them, so they can create a team, and that team can be chosen by the government, and government will pay you every kind of expenditure for this particular project. So Smart Hackathon is such a platform. If you have such a new idea, you can share with them. So government will choose, and government also go through all the project details, and they can also get back to you. So now, Soumiranshu sir, you can give the answer.
Yes. Southern, what was your question, please?
So my question was, in this pandemic situation, government just giving the stimulus package. This is not like a stimulus package, this is like a loan. But in the pandemic situation, people don't have money so much. Investors are facing problem for investment for the entrepreneurs. So then how can they survive in the situation? How can they take take us the opportunity of investment?
Okay. Now, Shadan, first tell me one thing. They are the new investor, I mean new entrepreneurs, or they are existing entrepreneurs?
So for the new and especially for the new entrepreneurs, for the existing entrepreneurs, they're having the opportunity, they have experience. For
See,
especially for the
okay. I got your point. See, for the new entrepreneurs, I must say, so this is a pandemic situation, and this situation, you don't know when that will be when that will be finished. Okay, so this thing, entrepreneurship, you must do some research as well as right now before going to invest. Karan, after the end of this time, there huge number of changes may come. That is my anticipation. Huge number of changes may come. So better to stay or better to wait up to finishing of that particular situation. So once it is finished, find out what is government is going to do. After knowing the government announcement, then they can go for entrepreneurship. If they are new one, then it is not suggestible to immediately go for the investment. But yes, of course, it is if it is online or related to online education or related to online business, then they can do. But if it is like product oriented, if it is like labor oriented, if it is like manufacturing oriented, then there will be a huge problem until and unless the pandemic is finished. Got it, sir?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Next, anyone?
I'm seeing one question. Somebody has asked about the biofloc fish farming. Okay, yes,
Yeah,
interesting one.
biofloc fish farming. Hmm.
Biofloc fish farming. See, actually, I have not given the fish farming here because that will be so much crowded. That will be so much crowded. That's why I have not given biofloc fish and as well as the colored fish. Those two are very important nowadays. Biofloc fish, they have a certain amount, importance in the recent scenario, as well as they have a market. You may know that area in Purva Midnapur, the area name is Moina and Tomluk. In those areas, people are farming those fishes. Okay, and like they are basically what they are doing. They are digging like they are digging pond, and they are destroying the whole cultivating lands, and they are digging pond, and after that they are farming the fishes. So that has huge market, and biofloc place, until and unless you do not have the market, you need to fast for that. You need to go through the survey of the market, to the survey what is the demand for any business. First you have to find out who is your customer. See, that is the common rule of business. Who is your customer? Whether your customer will buy your product, yes or no. If yes, go for it. If no, why no? Again, ask the customer, find out what if, why they will purchase. So when there is the answer is no, don't go for that product. I have said earlier that marketing concept. Marketing concept means it is only for your customer, not for your product. Your customer. Once your customer purchase a product from you, they will come again and again. So if it is required by the customer, then go for it. Otherwise, create a demand. But that requires huge investment. Okay.
So, any question from the participants?
Biofloc or bottom clean. Say these are the bottom clean. I do not have I do not have this kind of technical knowledge about bottom clean. Bottom clean. You may I'll give you answer. You may mail us. I'll give my mail ID. You can give us. This is basically, I think, technical term. I do not have particular.
Halim Sheikh.
Halim Sheikh. Halim, you can send me mail.
You can send a particular question to the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shomiran sir also give the answer.
Okay, sir. Please give the mail ID, sir. Please.
Definitely.
Okay, I'll do the research and definitely I will reply you. Okay.
Sir, you can share your mail ID with them. So it will be better for them to send you all these questions. Okay.
Somebody has question. 1 second.
Or Shomiran sir.
Yes, sir.
Some.
How to calculate?
So is there any provision to share this particular slide with the participant?
No, sir. I'm just saying that we will upload this lecture in YouTube, so they can get that whole lecture from the YouTube. The whole PPT already recorded, already being recorded there, so they can get all this PPT. So individual we don't share from our base for PPT. Okay. If share permits, and this matter is different.
Okay, I'm coming later. First, I give me that. I'm giving the answers. Okay, how to? 1 second. How to cultivate entrepreneur culture in our school? Sir, that's a very good question, but it's totally if your student, I don't know whether you are in school or you are in college or you are in university. I don't know where are you located or where are you engaged. So entrepreneurship culture, you can do your own also. Okay, you can with your students, you can make some efforts so that entrepreneurship culture can come within those people. Like for example, few days back in our university, our students now they are in 9th sem. So then that time there is an 8th sem. They have they done some entrepreneurship effort on their own. They have created their own group,
and they sold some products and they create fund, everything, etc. on their own. So these are the things you can do your own way, and you can you can uh, you can give knowledge to your students also. So entrepreneurship culture, until and unless the, we are not we are not giving those students, they cannot cope up with that culture. Okay, sir. How and where to sell mushroom after? Wait. 1 second, I'm coming to your question. I'm coming to your question. 1 second. Okay, how and where to sell the mushroom after growing it, except local market? See, except local market, there are as already I have said that there are India Mart and other e-commerce sites also. They will give you the packaging kind of things, and before that, before sending it or before selling it, you must have certain idea about the preservation of the product, because once the mushroom you're plucked from the plucked mushroom, you cannot preserve for long days. So you need to preserve, some liquid is required, some chemicals are required, and which is obviously which is not harmful for the human body, and some packaging is required, and from India Mart and other listings, e-commerce listing, easily you can find out the customers. Okay. We did that in our school, even that is not enough, sir, in Bengal. Sir, no comment about that particular thing. Then Rakhi Galat, sir, I want to start some business. I want to invest around 10 lakhs. Where and how should I invest? I have given my mail ID. We can share our experience also. Thank you, Rakhi. And Mr. Kramul, thank you. Mohammed Kramul, thank you. So any other question related to particular this presentation or entrepreneurship? Or what you can do, I have given my mail ID.
It will be better. You can share your mail ID. Sumiran sir, you can share your mail ID with them.
I already shared. I have already
send the question. Yeah.
I have already shared. Jackie sir, I have already shared. Okay, Samiran_sur@edifin.com. Okay, I have already shared. So if there is any requirement, you can ask without any hesitation.
So I think we are at the end of this particular session. So I would like to thank all the participants who are here, taking up the time and being with us. So I would like to request the base organizing committee to be here and say something about this particular session.
Okay, thank you, sir. It was a really amazing lecture, fantastic lecture. So we are just end of lecture. So I would request Ms. Sumi Akhtar, who's pursuing PhD in astrophysics, the Department of Mathematics, Jadavpur University. She is also our own base member. So I would request Sumi Akhtar to deliver the formal vote of thanks. So Sumi Akhtar, it's over to you. Please unmute yourself and
বেসের পক্ষ থেকে আমি সৌমি আক্তার, বেসের একজন কার্যনির্বাহী সদস্য। এই ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন পর্বে আমি সর্বপ্রথম যাদের কৃতজ্ঞতা স্বীকার করতে চাইব তারা হলেন এই সংগঠনের কার্যনির্বাহী সদস্যগণ। তাদের অক্লান্ত পরিশ্রম, সদিচ্ছা ছাড়া এই আলোচনা সভা করা সম্ভব হতো না। অসংখ্য শুকরিয়া জানাই হাসান ভাই, শাহিন ভাই এবং নার্গিস ম্যামকে সমস্ত রকম টেকনিক্যাল সাপোর্ট দেওয়ার জন্য। ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন করতে চাইব আজকের সভার সভাপতি মাননীয় জাকির হোসেন মশাইকে। বিশেষভাবে ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন করতে চাই আজকের প্রভাষক, সম্মানীয় অতিথি মাননীয় অধ্যাপক সমীরণ সুর মহাশয়কে আমাদের ডাকে সাড়া দেওয়ার জন্য, আমাদের আলোকিত করার জন্য। আশা করি সম্মানীয় শ্রোতাগণ আজকের আলোচনা শুনে জ্ঞানদীপ্ত হয়েছেন। আমি আরো ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন করতে চাইব বেসের সহযোগী সদস্যদের এবং যারা বিশেষ সদস্য নয় তাদেরকেও। ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন করতে চাইব সকল শ্রোতাদের যাদের উপস্থিতি আমাদের অনুপ্রাণিত করে এই ধরনের আলোচনা সভা আয়োজন করতে। মাননীয় কার্যনির্বাহী সদস্যগণ, মাননীয় সভাপতি মহাশয়, মাননীয় প্রভাষক মহাশয়, মাননীয় সহকারী সদস্যগণ, মাননীয় শ্রোতাগণ, সকলকে আমার বিনম্র ও সশ্রদ্ধ ধন্যবাদ। It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks. I, Shomi Akhtar, on behalf of BASE, extend a very hearty gratitude to the speaker, Professor Shomiran Shur, for his informative and knowledgeable session. I also thank all the participants for being with us, inviting you all to join next lectures and panel discussions. Thank you.
থ্যাংক ইউ সৌমি আক্তার। সো আমি এখানেই শেষ করছি আজকের সেশনটা। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
থ্যাংক ইউ সবাইকে। আমরা সকলকে অনুরোধ করব এখান থেকে লেফট করে যাওয়ার জন্য। আমাদের
থ্যাংক ইউ
সেশন অফিসিয়ালি এখানে।
থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ইনভাইটিং। থ্যাংক ইউ।